Hello friends, today I'm going to deal about the phases of menstrual cycle. In my previous slides, I have mentioned about the definition of menstrual cycle. So in that, I have clearly mentioned about the from where it is produced and what is the meaning of the menstrual cycle. So in that today videos, you should understand well about the phases of menstrual cycle. So before that, you should understand how many phases are there. Some are the notes, they will mention the 5 or 6 phases, but here I'm going to mention only the four, which will be the major part of the menstrual cycle. So you can make it with the that phase as well as with the other phases which you are getting from the other books as well. So here I'm going to deal with the menstruation phase, first one, and second is a follicular phase, and third is a ovulation phase, and fourth is a luteal phase. These four phases I'm going to explain in the further slide. Before going to further slide, I would like to give a review about the meaning of menstrual cycle. So what is a menstrual cycle? So what is a menstrual cycle? Menstrual cycle, as I mentioned in the previous video as well, this you can see the picture, right? And there is some lining of the uterus here. This uterus lining will shed down, and that is a lower part is a vagina, and there is a cervix. From that, it will flow of the bleeding process, which is the lining of the uterus. That is called the menstrual cycle, and which is produced from the either ovaries. Hormones are produced from the ovaries or the from the brain, which is called the hypothalamus, right? So this is the definition of menstrual cycle. Hope you get the better idea as well today. So now next is what are the four phases of menstrual cycle? As I mentioned in the previous slides, I have said about the menstrual phase, which is the first one, and second is a follicular phase, and third is a ovulation phase and luteal phase. These four phases you should not miss out when you are explaining. So what is a menstrual phase? First one, menstrual phase, as you can say that it is a starting point of the menstrual cycle, which will be lasting for 3 to 7 days. If you want to release it, this one, it's better. If you are not able to mention that one, you should mention the remaining points, which is how the hormones are produced. Hormones, two variety of the hormones are produced from different parts. First one is a anterior pituitary gland, that you should make it out and make sure that you are writing in your notes. And this FSH, I make it a short, that is a follicular stimulating hormones and luteinizing hormones. And here also I have mentioned in the long term, so I hope that you will understand since you are studying the OBG, right? And anterior pituitary gland will secrete two hormones, FSH and LH, and the ovaries will secrete the estrogen and progesterone. This menstrual phase will secrete two hormones, plus it will get ready for the fertilization preparation. That means to get pregnancy. First menstrual phase, they will try to get the maintain the pregnancy or get the conception with the male and the female gametes. But if this is not happening, only the menstrual cycle is happening, right? So first phase is just a preparation of the fertilization with the along with releasing of the hormones. That is a two variety of hormones. You should make it out in your notes. And now second is a follicular phase. Once the fertilization preparation is getting ready, what will happen is the uterus, I showed you, right? That uterus, the lining will be thickened. Actually it will be the thin, the lining is called the endometrium, I said in the definition as well. So lining of the uterus get thickened. What is the reason? Means to provide the nutrition to the embryo. To provide the nutrition means so that embryo will develop, right? So what are the things in the follicular phases? First is a endometrium thickening will occur in order to develop the embryo in a better way. And second is this follicular phase, right? You can take that term, follicular stimulating hormones, which will be releasing the 3 to 30 eggs. You can mention that also, and also you can mention in a they will release the some eggs, and among that only one egg will get mature for the what means fertilization preparation. Okay, so only one mature egg get mature. So one egg will only get mature, that is called the Graafian follicles. Graafian follicles you should mention in this notes, which is very important. And moreover is the endometrium thickening also you should make it out. And what is the Graafian follicles mean? It is a mature egg which is produced by the follicular stimulating hormones, and that Graafian follicle will help to increase the LH, luteinizing hormones again. These hormones will improve in the fertilization. So what things will happen is in the now third ovulation phase. Okay, ovulation phase, what will happen in the end stage of the second means luteinizing hormones was increased. Because of that process, luteinizing hormone increase, that matured egg is there, right? That will be breakdown from the ovaries. From the ovaries, it will get breakdown, and that will be getting ready again for the fertilization. When the fertilization is not occurring within the 12 hours, the Graafican follicles will break down, burst. The balloon is bursting. What will things come out is water, right? Like that only, that egg will get ready for the fertilization. If it is not happening within 12 hours, again one product will come out, that is a corpus luteum. So corpus luteum will come out. So this thing you should not miss out in the ovulation phase. The end product luteinizing hormones increase in the ovulation phase, and because of that breakdown of the Graafican follicle or the mature eggs, and then further 12 hours no fertilization means what will happen is corpus luteum is released. And now luteal phase, which is the last phase, and the ending point of the ovulation, what was there? Release of the corpus luteum, right? Then again you should continue with that. This is the end phase, and corpus luteum helps to produce more of the estrogen and progesterone. I mentioned in the first menstrual phase, estrogen and progesterone to maintain the fertilization preparation. Same only, you can continue corpus luteum release the estrogen and progesterone for the fertilization. Again, what our concept is, main you should think about the menstrual cycle. So corpus luteum those stimulate to produce the estrogen and progesterone, but when there is no fertilization as well, what will happen? In a definition I have mentioned the shedding of the lining of the uterus, right? That or the endometrium is shedded down. Once there was no fertilization, it will come down as a bleeding, and that is called the menstrual cycle. So these phases you should mention, and I have highlighted also with the red color, which you should mention compulsory, as well as with the block letter also. Fertilization preparation you should not miss out. Block letter, luteinizing hormones, and corpus luteum, and the these points highlighted you should not miss out in your notes as well. So hope that you got the better idea with my explanation, and I have made it very simple as well. And all the best. And still there is doubt means you can mention in the comments, and I'm sure that I will make it in a simpler form. Thank you.